I would like to give a big shout out to Ubisoft for providing me with an early access copy of Star Wars Outlaws for PS5. Now on with the review. Star Wars Outlaws embarks on a daring journey through the Star Wars universe, offering players a chance to dive into the gritty side of the galaxy far, far away. Here's my review of what this game has to offer and what I believe are some great features and some aspects that left me desiring more. Starting with the story, the heart of Star Wars Outlaws, and it delivers a mixed bag. Kay Vess, the protagonist, is a standout character, charismatic and relatable. She anchors the narrative with her compelling journey from start to finish. The supporting characters like ND add flair and depth, making their interactions with Kay enjoyable. However, not all characters hit the mark. Some felt underdeveloped or less engaging, which can detract from the overall experience. The game starts you off with nothing, thrusting you into a world where building a crew is essential. The twists and turns in the storyline keep things interesting, though it sometimes feels like there are too many of them. The repetitive nature of these twists might make the plot seem overly convoluted, especially when the same themes are revisited multiple times. Moving on to the gameplay, as a third-person action-adventure title, Star Wars Outlaws offers a decent traversal system. Navigating the world is smooth, and using a speed bike adds a fun dynamic to exploring the galaxy. The main blaster is versatile and enjoyable to use. It has plasma, ion, and power modes that all serve different purposes when tackling the variety of enemies you will come across. This is also complemented by a variety of other weapons to pick up that keep combat engaging. Unfortunately, Kay is not able to store these weapons and disposes of them when leaving an area or running out of ammo. One notable aspect is the emphasis on stealth, which plays a larger role than expected. While stealth segments can be enjoyable, the game often heavily punishes players who prefer a more direct approach. This can be frustrating if you are inclined towards action-packed gameplay rather than stealth. While the stealthy approach leaves many options to tackle an objective, it still gets redundant after 20 hours. The lockpicking mechanic is a highlight though, becoming more enjoyable once you get the hang of it. Splicing, on the other hand, can sometimes feel random due to a lack of clear patterns. NIXNE, a unique feature in the game, it's your companion as well, is particularly awesome for solving puzzles, though these puzzles tend to be on the easier side of things. But still, NIXNE being absolutely phenomenal in every aspect in this game. Space travel is a decent feature as well, with the Trailblazer spaceship offering a satisfactory flying and battling experience. Landing on and taking off from planets is a neat addition. The game introduces an interesting progression system too, where unlocking abilities is tied to meeting experts and completing tasks rather than the typical XP grind that you would find in other games. You'll also interact with 4 factions: the Pike Syndicate, Crimson Dawn, Hutt Cartel, and Ashiga Clan, each impacting your reputation and gameplay in significant ways. You will often be faced with big decisions, choosing to boost relations with specific factions that will also impact other factions as well. It allows for some interesting situations that will have you wondering what the right move is. Now, moving on to presentation and performance. Visually, Star Wars Outlaws impresses, though it has its drawbacks. Playing in performance mode at 60 FPS on a 2K monitor leads to some noticeable lower resolutions, which while not game-breaking can affect immersion. Quality mode offers better visuals but sacrifices frame rate, which may not appeal to everyone. The classic Star Wars music effectively sets the tone though, and the audio for weapons, vehicles, and ambient sounds is well executed. Animations, especially takedowns, could use some more refinement. The widescreen bars are intrusive, though switching to full screen mode and adjusting the field of view helps mitigate this issue and improves the overall experience. Lastly, technical issues that I personally experienced were very minimal, with only one crash that required a restart. Aside from this, there was no significant problems that hindered gameplay or quest completion. A day 1 patch is expected to address minor issues, making for a generally solid build. There are some issues that are known, but I did not come across those, so I can't speak on them personally. So should you buy Star Wars Outlaws? I believe it's an enjoyable experience for fans of the Star Wars universe. Its engaging protagonists and interesting narrative elements contribute to its appeal. However, the game's tendency to lean heavily on stealth and its somewhat mixed execution of various gameplay elements leaves room for improvement. For those with a passion for Star Wars, this game is worth a try. For others, it may not be as compelling. I rated a 7 out of 10, a good game with potential for greater success in future installments.